I'll do it. I will. Don't worry. I will. Now how? I'm going to write a sentence here.
Gibeon.
I'm asking a question. Here's my question. Abish yat nimush. Abish yat nimush. That's what I'm asking. So what am I asking here? Who can translate this for me? Abish yat nimush.
Where is the dog?
Yes, where is the dog? Where is the dog? Abish yat nimush. Okay. Is he bindik or guching?
Kujing.
Bindik mage guching. Bindik mage guching. Abishat nimush.
He's neither nor. He's got tying mizigomgong.
Gat tying mizi gamagong.
I just got it.
You know what that means?
Using the bathroom.
He's around the shitting lodge, the shitting building.
Pooping.
For men, we say mizigamik because men poop a lot. Mizi is to do poop. For women, women say zakmogamik because women pee pee a lot. So mizigamik is for men. I'm getting away from my thing now.
Yep.
Zakmogamik. That's for women. Women, and it's a peeing place or lodge or little house. No, zakmogamik, peeing lodge place. Because gummick is always a lodge. Mizi gummick for men.
Poop lodge.
Poop lodge. Hey, hookah. For men. Pooping lodge. Or little house. So, okay, I went away from my thing. My mouse. My Obogonologist doesn't want to agree with me today. What the? You know what? I need a scrunchie. Stu back here. Stu back. Every day I roll around in my apartment. The other time I walk around. When I walk around, I put on my foot. You know what happened to me the other day? I changed my shoe on my leg, on my prosthesis. I changed my shoe. Then I have my indoor shoes. So when I don't wear I have my indoor shoes when I'm rolling around because I push myself around. And then I had to go get my truck after being fixed. So I asked my daughter-in-law to pick me up and go get the truck. So I just get dressed, boom, get out of the house, put on my track pants and walk out. So we're driving along, and I look down. I go, for fuck's sake! What? I said,
Hola.
She says, what? Says, look at my shoes. She goes, you got two different pairs. I go, yeah, I forgot to change my shoe. So I'm out there with two pairs of shoes. I go, oh my God. Oh, that was funny. Again, I'm losing track here. Sorry about that language. My bad English. Sometimes that happens. Look, I got 50 more free games. Woo!
Oh my God.
That doesn't happen in real life.
No, it doesn't. It does, but it doesn't.
It does, but just not to you.
Hey, what does that mean? If I'm possessed by the gymnado? Are the gymnado watching me? Naha, where am I going here? Oh yeah, Abish Yat Nimush. Where is the dog? Bindik Mage Kuching. Okay.
Going home?
What's Kuching? Where is Kuching?
Outside.
Gujing. Gujing is outside. Yep. So bindik. Oops. Gujing outside. Excuse me. So bindik. Bindik is what?
Inside.
Inside. Yes. Inside. Now tell me where the dog is. Bindik mage guching. Where's your dog right now?
I don't have a dog.
I don't have a Nemosh either.
Is he here? Oh, you
Where's,
can
where's, where's your Nemosh? Jai. So your Nemosh is what? Bindik or Guching?
Bindik.
Indik.
Bindik. He is Bindik. Yeah. Bindik. Okay. Now how? Okay. That's Abish. Where? Oops, I want to write where is the doghouse? Where is the doghouse? Apish Tech. Apish Tech. Anamush Wigwam. Apish Tech Anamush Wigwam. Gujing? Yep. Gujing. Unless if you have do you have a doghouse for the house for the dog inside? No?
Ka.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you say, why do you say tech now? Is that because it's inanimate or because it's a place?
Because it's not alive now. Because you can tell by because I put wigwam here. I'm talking about a Nimush wigwam, a doghouse. Up here, I only spoke about a dog. A Nimush. Where is Apishiat? Yat. So you would say Apishiat James, Apishiat Jai, Apishiat Kathy, Apishiat Nikki, Apishiat Randy. You can say that. Or over here, you can say Apishtek James and Dot, Apishtek Jai Wigwam, Apishtek Nikki Wigwam, the Wigwam. Yeah, you can say that. That's an
There
inanimate.
is another way of saying that.
Oh, another way.
Apish temagak.
Abish. This is another. This the people. This Abish. Tem. Magat. Abish temagak. Abish temagak. Abish temagak.
Apish temagak nimush wigom.
Yeah, this is the other way of saying it. Where is the doghouse? Abish temagak. Abish temagak. Yeah, or Abish Tech. Yeah, you can say either one. Either one. But you'll hear people say Abish and Apish. That's just depends on where you're from, what reserve you're from. Yeah. Apish and Abish. They mean the same.
Just to reiterate those two, the way my father had said it, Apishtek, Bagabik, Apishtek, Jabanagan, Apishtek, Detegas. These are objects that would not be alive. Any house is a living entity. Our house, Wigwam, is a living thing. It's a house. It's a body. So therefore, a dog house is not excluded. We say it is a living thing also because a living thing lives in it. So that's why we would say Abish temagak nimush wigom. If it was not used, if it was a door locked on it, not able to be used at all, it's just a zegajgan, it's just a decoration or a prop, we'd say abish tek nimushwigom because it's not used.
Okay. I've never looked at it that way, but sounds sensible. Nasatan, I understand why now. It's but when a house is left alone, it'll fade, it'll get rotten. But if people are living in that house
Yeah.
will always try to remain fresh with the people because
Yeah.
it won't get rotten. It won't sag. Like if you ever drive along somewhere and you see an old house and nobody's living in it anymore, you'll see it like just falling apart. It's dying. So I think that's what we're talking about here. I think if people are in it, the house is alive. If people are not living in it, the house is not alive. Yeah.
Or if the horse is in it, then it's alive. If the horse is not in it, it's not alive.
Hey,
Same thing with an animal.
Me and Randy used to drive down the wiki, and there was horses on the field, and they had a nice like a nice place to go stand. It was a nice little building that they were living in, and I used
Nice
to
stable.
nice stable. And I used to say, Randy, "Nishke go look better go shik bakana go much kana chin and that be nishnin going go chin da see." Says, "Look at these darn horses. They have a better place to live than I do because I don't have a place to live." So we built a cabin. That not funny?
Then now you have a better place than the horses.
Yes. And those horses got evicted. I don't see them
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You Jacques driven the gas up, they got thrown out. Jacques driven the gas up. Okay. Okay, where am I? Abish. What's the second one? This is the next one is who, Wenesh. I'm going to write a sentence. Wenesh ga bidot Moskwa pabud. 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 So, you know the first word is who? Gabidot.
Brought?
Mm-hmm. Moskwa pabud.
Who brought the
Red chair.
Red chair. I could put here, Ganesh Gabidot, you Moskwa pabud. Who brought that red chair? That's what I'm saying there. Who brought that red chair? You Moskwa pabud. Ganesh Gabidot, you Moskwa pabud. And then I would say, Ganesh Gabinat Gigawak. Well, how would you say it, right? Gigawin, my Gigawak. Gigawak. Yeah, Gigawik.
when Ganesh? No, Ganesh Gabi not Gigoink.
Gigawik. Wink. God, like this?
Yeah.
Ganesh Gabinat Gigawik. Okay, you can say that. Okay, there's a difference in words again, dialects there too. But not depends on what territory you are. Hey, Randy, did you watch that video of Henry Shauna, smuggler?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some old words in here that he used. I haven't heard.
Well, he does use old words, and those old words are Wabuzon Nishansing old words, and
Yeah,
there
like-
are Wikwemkonsing old words, and there's
Yeah.
Doganing old words.
Yeah.
For example, you're saying Winesh Gabidot. Doganing, I know they say Wegnesh.
Weganesh, yeah, but I'm going to use Weganesh soon. I'm going to use Weganesh. Okay, so one of these, the first one is an animate statement. No, the first one is an inanimate statement, and the
Inanimate.
second one is an animate statement. Animate statement, because I'm talking about a fish over here. The first one, I'm talking about a chair. So the first one, you could say, Wenesh Gabi Dot G-Man, who brought the boat? Wenesh Gabi Dot Question, who brought the bread? Wenesh Gabi Dot Toto Shabo. Then you say, Wenesh Gabi not Pinik, Who brought the potatoes? The potatoes are alive to us. Wenesh gabi not pinik. Wenesh gabi not shimnuk. Wenesh gabi not damnuk. All those things, all those foods are alive to us.
So say you asked the question and someone didn't hear you, or that you didn't hear that person answer who it was. Could you just say Winesh na? Or does that not make sense? Like if you're like, who?
I would say Winesh. I would say if I heard somebody answer something, Winesh ga kidat uwe. Winesh ga kidat uwe. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Winesh ga kidat uwe. Who said that?
Or Unesh got quit tongue.
Yeah. Winesh ga
What is that?
quit tongue. Winesh ga quit tongue. Who answered? Who answered? Who answered?
Yeah.
W.
Who answered?
But like, okay, so say you ask the question, Wineshka Binet cannot speak Gigoyink. So say you ask that
Yeah.
and Mashika answered.
So read that again. Winesh ga be not.
Is it Winesh or Wegonesh?
Winesh
Wineshka
be not.
Bina Gigoyink.
Yeah.
So say I just asked that, and you answered Mashike,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
it.
didn't know who Mashike was. Would I say Winesh? Like, would you just say Winesh? Like who?
Then you would say Winesh ga kidi. What did you say? Winesh ga quit. No. Winesh ga kidi. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Winesh
Repeat that question again? Because you didn't
ga kidin. Winesh ga kidin. What did you say?
Yeah, like who?
Winesh ga. No, that's just Winesh. You just say Winesh.
You just say Winesh. So you wouldn't say Winesh, no, you'd just be Winesh.
Winesh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do the Reaganesh yet. I'm gonna do this one. Why? Ani. What's that?
Before
mean?
you go there,
Woo!
whoa. To answer Jai's question, I know with my old people, my dad, when you're saying who, because you were answered the question, but maybe you didn't hear properly, or you don't know the name that was said. How my dad would answer would be Wenewa.
Yeah. Wene, owa. Which is
Who?
who's that? Who's that? Wenewa.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like,
Oh, why didn't you say that then?
3 times. Niche.
Weneshwa. I think I said
Bazindan, Mala. Bazindan.
Bazin. I am Bazin. My ears are not as young as they used to be.
You have to like clean them out.
Hey, Nishke.
Clean them out.
Nishke. I speak the truth. Hooker.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Okay. Wenewa. Yeah, remember that. Wenewa or Weneshwa. Who's that? Weneshwa. I say Weneshwa. If I see a Mandakwe, Anishinaabe walking by, I go rent like this to Randy. Hey, Randy, Weneshwa. He'll say, go on, Jay. He goes, don't go there. I think he wants to go there. Just kidding. Zhaabwiitoo'daa. He wants to beat me there. Nah. Why is ani? What does ani mean? That you know.
People think it means hello, but it doesn't.
So it means why. Anidash. Anidash. Why? I'm going to ask you. Ani dash gan je bidoyin. What question? Anish ganja bidowin. Excuse me, bidowin. Bidowin. Anish anja bidowin. I can say that too. Anja bidowin. Whoa, ganja bidowin. Too many eyes. Anish ganja bidowin question. Anish ganja bidowin question. Why did you bring me bread? Why did you bring me bread? Why did you, Anish ganja bidowin question? Why did you bring me bread? Or inanimate statement, Ani dash ganja minat gukush emkwan. Ani dash ganja minat kukush kwikwan.
Mquan.
Yeah.
You said week one.
Emkwan. Anish ganja minat kukush emkwan.
Why did you bring the big spoon? Why did you bring pig and spoon?
Why? Ani dash. Whoops.
Why
Gan. Why did you? Whoops.
Yes.
I'm doing that again. Why did you
Bring pig and spoon?
give
Oh,
Pig
give.
and spoon.
give pig the
Oh, you're
spoon?
right. Good job, Inga. What? That was you got that.
Why did you give pig
I
the
was like,
spoon?
no.
Anidash ganja minat kukush emkwan.
Because he asked for it.
Bobby tone. We spoon go one. Bobby tone we spoon go one. Bobby tone we spoon go one.
What?
Or I could say Bobby tone we Koan. Oops. Koan go on. Bobby told we Koan go on.
I am waiting to get spooned.
Watch everybody write that down.
I am writing it down right now. Got it? Wait.
That's gonna be my headline on Facebook.
Bobby told we Koan go on.
How do you say, do you want to be the big spoon or the little spoon?
Oh boy, Caitlin. What's that thing?
You went there.
You guys had a big laugh a couple of years ago. What did Caitlin say? She said something really funny, and you guys.
No. That's a story that has to be in person.
Whatever, Jai puts it right on Facebook.
I did.
That remains in the vault, I guess. Okay.
But it was show me the weos.
Yeah. But she meant
I
to say,
got mixed up because I took Mohawk in high school and Wista is money.
Guista.
Wista is money. Yeah.
Show me the Guista.
Show me the wheels.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
How much
so
money?
funny.
They laughed like a good half hour. Yeah.
That could be a good Indian name.
Yes. Okay, next ceremony. We'll put it- Next ceremony. Okay, now I'm losing track again. I'm at Y. Okay,
Oh man.
we did who. Okay, I'm going to do this one. What? There's two ways we say this. One way is Wegonesh. There's my Wegonesh. The other way is Anish. Anish.
Wait,
So-
what does the Bobby Toon we Mkwongo on mean? Does it really mean waiting for somebody to spoon?
Yeah, I'm waiting to be spoon.
Oh, I thought that was just a joke.
No, but I just said something what people say in English. We would never say this in Anishinaabe. Never. We would never talk about this in Anishinaabe, but we've met some people that would say these things. And we have to come home and tell our elders, say, we went to the big city and this is what they were talking about. Mkowanagayat, we've gone spooning around. This is what we were told. And our elders would say, Shush, get on. Oh, come on now. That would never happen this way. We did not do that. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Where go Nash? I'm going to say this in. Oops. Where go Nash? Where go Nash? Where Nash ga? I'm going to do the same thing. Gabi dot. Z target. You hear this Weganesh. Weganesh Gabi dot, but it's supposed to be really Wenesh. Wenesh, because some people will use that Wenesh with Weganesh. Weganesh. What brought the South? What brought the South? Weganesh Gabi dot. And the other one is Wenesh. Who brought the South? It will say Wegonesh. Je buck Gujin. Weganesh buck Gujin. It's the same as Anish. Je buck Gujin. Same thing. Because both of them mean what? Weganesh buck Gujin. What's happening outside? Anish buck Gujin. Then you get to learn all the weather patterns. Oh, that's what they talked about too, Randy. Anish is how do you look at the weather that's coming? I should no. Oh boy. Hold on. I think I know where I got it. I'm gonna see if I got it right away. Right here. The bond the que win. Is your bond the que win? Is your bond the que win? Oh, come on, copy. Oh, this way. Copy. I'm gonna go over here. Where was I? Over here. Oh, I'm gonna close this one. Okay, let's see if I can paste. Let's see if we'll paste. This word right here, Randy. Be bam de quayin. How do you know the weather? What is no know the weather? What is it going to be like? Yeah. Bomb the bomb the queen. Anishinaabe we bomb the queen. We bomb the queen. Remember that word, Randy?
Gibbers.
Yeah. And the only time you could do this and predict the weather is at night. Is at night. Knock shik, knock tibik. And why Anisha and Chibikadoin, Chikaship, why do you set your nets early in the morning? Why do you do that?
I set my nets
Evening.
late in the evening.
Yeah. The Bekatek. No, why do
Yeah.
you how do you say get your nets? Get your nets.
Banatsabi.
Banatsibi, Anisha and Banatsibi in Gishep. Why do you do that in the morning?
Bekate.
Bekate, because it's still. And the same thing in the evening. That's why you set your nets. It's mainly bekate at nakshik in the evening. It's quiet and still in the evening. Jabona quick. Machi matanamat ikeda. Jabona quick. Machi magen gujunan gudo osud bagnek kishep keda. Machi na guma Newton, machi Newton together.
Bugumamat.
The wind is getting here. But the wind is it's getting here. Bago, mom go what? Bago, mom what? Yeah, wind is getting here. Getting here. Like, yeah.
Na geganen kidok spimming na what go be done mat.
Swimming knob what? Swimming knob what? Swimming is up, but over here we use this that in the heavens. When you look up. Look up, and he also use this word. Shkodes, biggest thing. Shkodes, biggest thing. That's a little fireball, or what you call a shooting star. Shooting star. And you will know where it falls is where the wind is going to come from. That's one of the things he said. Kawab maona shkodes, the biggest thing. No, Misha na Nikia Oceana Oceana Boma Oceana Bindanamak, where the wind is going to be coming from. That's what he said. I remember my brother Clement, he used to know the stars and the moons when he was younger because he spent a lot of time with the elders, my older brother Clement. But he hardly talked about that in his later years. When we were young, we would talk about the stars and the moon. That's how we would predict weather. As you kidding me. So when I'm starting to remember the conversations that we had when we were small. You got young. Now how? Where was I? Oh, Wegonesh. Manda. Wegonesh Manda.
What is this?
What is this? Wegonesh Manda. But the Jargonash would say, what's this? I don't know if Anishinaabe would, I'm trying to remember. They would say, Wegonesh and Nukiik. They would say, Wegonesh e Nuki. Wegonesh and Nukiik. What are you doing? Wegonesh and Nukiik. What are you doing? Wegonesh and Nukiik. So you come into the room and the kids are fooling around, jumping all over the place. You say, hey, Wegonesh and Nukiik. Yeah. Or if you see something that's not doesn't belong to the house, you would say, what is this? Who brought this? Who owns this? That ever happened at my house? I said, when I was growing up. Okay, so that's Wegonesh, what, or Anish. And I always use, I use this all the time. How many? Minik. Anish Minik. Remember in Jai, we would do math, I would write Nish, Minwa, Swe. Nish, Minwa, Swe. Anish, Minik, Owe. That's what I used to do for math, which means,
2 and 3, how much is it?
yeah. How much is that? How much is that? That's what I use for equals.
None.
And I would ask you guys to write the answer in Anishinaabe, and you guys would have to write nanen. Or I would do it in Anishinaabe, and then you have to answer me in English, which would be just 5, the number 5. So I don't know if you remember, we did math like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Honey Sonia.
Hey, Annie,
Have you met my friend Randy?
I'm just listening to Randy now.
Yeah, that's my good buddy Randy. Me and him grew up together.
I was wondering if you were brothers, maybe.
Oh no, he catches his fish in the water. I catch my fish at Sobeys.
Oh, okay.
I'm a good Sobey fisherman. Yeah. We would say Gigon Kenene, fishing man, Gu Sedena, a man that go hunting man. Yeah. You said Doange is another old word. Okay, so that's my interrogatives, my 5 W's with a Anishmanik. If you want to know the cost of something, Anish Minik Nung Dek. Anish Minik Nung Dek. How much is it? How much is it? Anish Minik. Anish Minik. Oh, how is it? How much is it? How much? How much is it? Anish Minik. Anish Minik and how much? Okay, how much does it
Cost.
it cost? How much does it cost? How much does it cost?
Does that really mean like cost, or like does it mean like how much?
Enungdek, yeah, the cost of it. Enungdek.
Like-
Some people will say, "Asnami mnagita bage," which means he has paid a great price. This usually we say this if they get hurt or they get or if they die in an accident by accident. He paid a big cost. So sometimes we use that in a phrase like that. No, that's the old way of talking.
Skogna goya na ishin goya na no kit na G-man wishet magazet
Yeah.
goya deshwa goya det anish mnik wenang dek
Yeah. One
G-man jit mojin
Yeah.
na stak the bejik gokosh mina nanen bakakonik.
Yeah. So that's bartering back in the day. That's the Odawa people. That was their responsibility of bartering. Randy said, he's gonna build a boat for this person. And this person asked him, what's the cost gonna be? And he said, 1 pig and 5 chickens. Maybe the better deal would be 1 pig, 4 chickens, and 1 rooster. Because you got to make those chickens. Because if you don't make, I'm not going to say anything. I'll get in trouble again. Oh.
That's right.
Right. Good. There, boy.
Yeah.
There, boy.
You say,
True.
good. There, boy. Good. There, boy. Yes, you are right.
When she gave as a kirimba, na Anishinaabemowin, na epi chamugak, swakmuk, we should have gone. Shaganash gave kida 200 kilometers. Anish as a kidi, Anishinaabemowin, way.
No. How much?
Anish minik medaban gong.
Something about the car
Buzwanang.
to get to Blue Spawn?
Buzwanang. That's where I'm from. That's my little community. Buzwa in Wiki.
So how much does it cost?
No. Anish minik medaban gong. How much of a ride is it to Buzwa?
Ah, it's close. I knew it.
How much medaban gong? How much of a ride is it? I would say,
Fungi. Just kidding.
Nijo the buggy swan. Nijo the buggy swan. 2 hours. 2 hours.
Na how? Na gden jigwedman. Guy pissy daban ode engineer begi jik shwigo mbibat nis
Bimtugoke.
memtuoke gije goding mibzat wo en kazak.
Oh,
Na dus ushme ni jok. Shagnash takede ushme ni jok. Pichwa sa mugatta. Na dus we KM mi we indomdama onesh ge no gesh kidwat. Manda enangje en gwegun jigite mugak. Zam kcho osnaga
200.
Shagnash nigojmik. Onesh pichamugak. Pi banigain. Nonchgo nginadish godok deshaun ko aptigishgak. Tugoshna minapskabia. Begi shikshwigo oshme ni joak. Awen wijan o de mina wipskabia.
Mage gada kit. Nun go geshebawen. Go geshebawen. Migo jibona quick. Gotta go shit. And down. Can go
Nani na weekendala. Pichamguk. Kilometers.
Oh. Migo Godok she. Godos midna. Godaba migo gegagon Godaban gong. Car lengths. Which is
Walk.
160 miles.
Walk is 100.
I think that's what I heard before. Mingane ma. We come finish na webjong.
Yeah.
You get that one get it na Simdanashinish Godabanakong Iketok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's to reiterate the question I asked Mr. Jauna was a number of days ago, the day before yesterday, I was asked how many kilometers is it to travel through my whole trap line, and to say that in our language, in Anishinaabemowin, there's no kilometers, but it is 232 kilometers long to travel the whole trap line in one day, because they were interested in tagging along with a film crew, with a television crew, but I couldn't tell them because they really wanted to hear it in the language for educational language sake, I guess, but I couldn't tell them how long it is, that it's 232 kilometers. And that's what they wanted to know.
That's what I said.
It's 232 kilometers. They go, well, how do we say that?
You
And
know, Nishwak is
we don't have kilometers.
walking 100. I thought you don't just say walk. I don't know.
So I just wrote Nish Waksha Nishchana Min Godabanagong Gundabaning. 228
Beige walk.
drives
I've never heard beige walk.
on a snow car, which is a snowmobile. Gundabani. But we don't have, like I said, we don't have any word for miles or kilometers. We just say car lengths. Nick Daba, how many cars it would take to get there. We didn't have minutes. We didn't have hours. We just had Gijep morning, Jibwa not quick before noon, and our body would tell us what part of the day we are at. Our body will tell us that. I just heard a little conversation in a tape that was done in video of Wukamakang High School, Wukamakang School, that they started a sacred fire for the community with the problems they're having with drugs and alcohol. And I don't know who was talking, but he said shkode, telling the kids shkode. And he said, does anybody know what shkode means? And when we talk about it, we say fire. But when you shko, it's to be strong. De is heart. So it could mean that's what he said, strong heart. Shkode. Wendy. Chicken. But you're going in.
Just throw them on the spot.
Shkode. Chicken, shkode. I shouldn't have set the man with shkode.
Me nam bishko p nam manda walk on sun mandao, no, like there's, let's say these are eggs, and an egg, let's say this is an egg, and this is another part, and it goes into the egg. Mirish, boom, Mirish, magic neck, a fire starts. Shke, it's a brand new fire. It's the first time it's lit. P manda, the first time the heart does this. Mi we ek dot eaung fire. Shkode.
The first heartbeat. And you, Jai, if you remember our creation story, the first heartbeat is the stars, the creator's thoughts. So shkude, those stars are all shkude, they're all fires. Shkude.
Yeah.
So that's part of our creation story, that word shkude. So now that's a good explanation, Randy. Miigwech, thank you for that. So I hope everybody heard that. Sonia, did you hear that? Okay. Me and Randy used to have a friend named Sonia. She ran away from us. We were too mean to her.
I'll try to stay.
She was from Transylvania, I think. She said, "Is that where she's from?"
Hmm.
Transylvania. So we call her Dracula.
She just ran away from you.
Yeah.
We teased her about where she was from. So she said, "Bologna with you guys. I'm going. I'm not talking to you guys again." Said, "Okay, come on, P." Now how? Oh,
Hey, so when someone asks for like a light, I know a lot of people will say like shkud or shkude. Isn't that like, wouldn't that be wrong then? When
Skudens
people
is a little fire. Skudens. Or I always say, Anishinaabemowin, where is your fire? Abishkudashkude. The lighter is a skudens. No, the matchstick is a skudens. Skudem. This is your skudem. See? Skudem. That's your skudem. Abishkudashkudem. Where is your fire? So you're talking about a lighter now. Abishkudashkudem. Where is your fire? Yeah. Nipskane po. I'm going to light up my pipe. You've been given now. I filled it up. I'm going to smoke my powagan. On the powagan.
ask
When
them for, but, like,
when James, when Mala says what he just said, and what Jai is asking is it wrong to use that word in that context? I think one thing we got to remember is that a lot of our words have been
Dismantled.
I guess I would say slanderized. It's been used in a slanderish context. If we follow totally the 7 grandfather teachings and you start using our Anishinaabemowin in that context, shkode would make a whole lot sense to everybody what it means. And then therefore, when we light a cigarette, people say, Abishkadeshkodes. While our teaching, grandfather teaching, is we don't smoke cigarettes because it's unhealthy. And those unhealthy teachings were not part of the grandfather teachings. So taking it out of context, now you are, how should I say, polluting your temple, your sacred temple with a cigarette, and now you're slanderizing something that used to be very powerful, shkude, shkudens, and now you're slanderizing it and you're saying, where's your shkudens? So a lot of these words are being made to fit the Western world analogies.
Mhm.
Is it wrong to use that today? No, it's not wrong. It's just how the logistics, the lingual logistics of the language has become and has been accepted. So to answer your question, it's not wrong. But if you are following, let's say, Medewin or Rain Dance, Sundance, and you're living only that way, then it would be wrong to use it that way.
No, English. Thank you.
Yeah, Jai. What's the matter with you?
Kidding.
Yeah. See, that's why it's always nice to have a second speaker. Second speaker, it's really good. Some other people, they're really good in the language, but that's what we mean with like the new teachers that are teaching Anishinaabe. These are the things that they don't know. I try to explain as much as I can to Nikki why we say these words, how they came to be, but we just use them now. Like we don't even know why we use them. You don't know why we say them, but there is a purpose for those words. It's like wow. When Anishinaabe, like I said before, Anishinaabe, you never used to pray. We always gave thanks, just like the Mohawks. They give thanks. You have your Thanksgiving address. All the First Nations people are like that, I believe. But they don't pray to one one. Do you know there is one person? We sometimes we call him the benchget. The benchget is the one that owns everything. He made everything. The benchget, and sometimes we call him Geminido, the good spirit. The good spirit. Uh, what do you call that? Mishdewash? Mishdewash, the bad guy. What you call him, Randy? Mishdewash or something like that.
Ooh,
The bad evil guy. The evil spirit. What's another word for him? I know Jim Nido. And you had another word one time. You talked about another word.
What did Pete say?
oh, it's in your chat.
Yeah, it's in there. I have it on file somewhere. I know. Oh, I'll look for that. I got so many videos of Anishinaabe.
You
No,
mean the chat from last week?
did we?
I can't remember. I asked about like what the heck do they call it? Like the Wendigo. but
Yeah.
nobody- Yeah.
We thought they were Exmos. That's why we were afraid of them. Because
They're-
Exmos ate raw meat.
You mean cannibals?
Exmos.
Are you saying Eskimos?
So what's X? I don't know how to say it. That's just how I say it. I can't help it.
You mean
Okay,
Inuit?
hold on. Eskimos. Eskimos, yeah.
Inuit. They're Inuit people,
We
not
call them
Eskimos.
Eskimos. We never knew they were Inuit.
Oh Lord have mercy.
We
So
call them Wendigos.
so at Sundance, when we're talking about like the clown people or like the funny people, we call them Wendigo Con. Why do we call them Wendigo Con?
Wendigo con. Wendigo con. I don't know. I don't even know what a Wendigo is.
They're cannibals. So
That's what I said. They're Eskimos. Because they ate flesh, raw flesh. This goes way back, way before our time, way before their time. I think. Just my thought. You don't have to believe me, but that's what I think.
I don't. Just kidding.
There's so much that is so questionable. Nunga today. But get quickness. You have to really live and look at Anishinaabe. The Anishinaabe that used to be a long time ago. How they saw everything. They didn't know there was other people elsewhere. But then again, kiddo, and they also say good incubation once we were one, kiddo. Once we were one, kiddo.
Is for example, today I was revisiting my grandfather's old trap line, and my grandfather was not able to take me there, but my dad took me there, and my dad's grandpa built a log cabin there, and I went there today, and by that log cabin is an old church, and I posted this church I think 2 weeks ago, and it's in the wilderness, and so many people try to find it, they can't find it, and I know exactly where it is. I went to go look at it again today, and it describes the old people just when settlers were coming here, because my dad's grandpa hid a Viking helmet, you know, those helmets that are silver and then they point in the front here, those kind. He hid that inside that cabin wrapped in birch bark. And if you polish it, I mean, if you open the birch bark and you polish it a little bit, it's like that helmet is still brand new. So my dad's grandpa told my dad's dad, just leave that there. And then my dad showed it to me and told me the story, and just leave it here and don't tell anybody where it is. And then I went to go look at it again today, and it's as if it was the first time I saw it. And the one word that my dad had said about this helmet is it wasn't a jagnash. He says, guy, the person that owned it wasn't a jagnash, but today we call him jagnash. He says, when he said, when my dad's grandpa had explained it, he said, ge ga no, e wataginishkot bendana amanda biapko wikwan. He says the ones that lie very well are the ones that own this hat. There was no white, black, red, yellow, or French or white man. There was no description like that. Those descriptions we have of the races today, that's fairly new. Back then, it was just a categorization of those people with that particular hat and the particular attire they had. And that's how we described them. So the ones that own that hat, he's saying those were the ones that lied a lot. And then they built a church here to try and trick us into believing a Jesus, that a man they called Jesus. That's what that story was. And it was amazing today as I was thinking about the old stories my great grandfather told my dad, and having to come here tonight and speak of what Mala is writing here today. It'd be amazing if we all in this Zoom class today can just go back to those days when they spoke those old words, those old languages, and how they made sense today. He's saying, James is saying that he's always trying to explain to Nikki what some of those words mean. Some of them, there's no description, you have to live them. So that means going back to those places where the people lived using those words. And that's where it's alive. Like, it's very much alive. When I went there today, and I could just feel my father explaining these stories to me. And it was amazing. So it just reflection to last week's chat, when I had suggested to Jai, it would be just amazing if we could take this Zoom class into the wilderness area and just camp out there and speak immersion, speak full Anishinaabemowin for the whole camping out there. And Mala can teach us many more words while he feeds the mosquitoes.
Yeah, and as long as you bring Nuggish with you, you'll be okay. You'll be welcome to the clan. As long as you bring your bologna, you're all right. We'll welcome you into our clan.
And pork chops.
Pork chops for special occasions, okay? Special pork chop is like marriage.
Okay, no pork chops. No pork
No
chops.
pork chop.
None.
That's seriousness when you're going to cook me a pork chop.
Nope.
That's what
I take it back.
I cook my own pork chops. I cook my own pork chops. When me and my wife got separated, I asked her one time, if I bring pork chops, can you cook them? She goes, no. Okay, see you later. That was funny. So I made a bling out of a pork chop. I made a bling. There was a pork chop on my bling.
You actually put the pork chop on your beadwork?
On a bling, not a beadwork. It was just a string. I had it on as my bling. I thought it was funny.
It's bungy, little.
Bungy funny.
Yeah.
Okay, where were we? Okay, sometimes when I speak to people, I remember one time at New Credit First Nations at the community hall, the new one, I talked about my heart operation, my quadruple heart operation that I had, all in the language. All in the language. I spoke about it. And there were a few fluent speakers from Wikwamakong in the audience. And then everything finished, they came up to me and said, "Mas nakwata Anishinaabe," which means you really speak Anishinaabe really good still. Kwata Anishinaabe, you're a good Anishinaabe speaker. So that's a compliment because that's what I do. I know, and it's pretty silly. You know, when I first left my reserve, I worked in construction, and then in Toronto, then I worked in a warehouse in Toronto for a long time, and then there was a job. I got sick in that work, doing that job, and I got offered a job when I was starting to get better in Niagara Falls as a warehouse manager. So I said, okay, I'll take it. It was a pretty good offer. The man who offered me that job also gave me money for to buy a house. So I bought a house in Niagara Falls. So because it was a because he said you make the right decisions. Uh, just about doing work, something to do, the right decisions. So I was good at that. I guess I was a good boss, a good leader. So I did that for 12 years in Niagara Falls. And then when Nikki was born, that was a gift from the Creator to remind me and my family uh, to go back to the Anishinaabe way of life, to the Anishinaabe way of life. This is what my father told me after I told him the story of Nikki, of how she came to be and how she was born 7 years later. 7 years later after Jason, which is a seven. Seven's a significant number to Anishinaabe people. 13 and 28 also. So he says to me, "That was your great grandmother, because we were going to name Nikki Victoria. We were going to name her Victoria, but we changed our mind and named her Nicole. So I told my dad we were going to name her Victoria. She goes, that was your great grandmother's name, Victoria Shaunaba. And she said, what happened to you guys was she came to visit you guys. She saw what's happening, and then she gifted you a Benoji. She gifted you a child, Kwesens, a girl. And that's her. And as Nikki got older, she wanted to know the way of life of the Anishinaabe. She wanted to dance. She wanted to sing. And my great grandmother, Victoria Shaunaba, she was a dancer. She used to dance at powwows. And my great grandmother, Victoria, was also a native princess. A native princess. Nikki was a native princess in Fort Erie, Niagara for a while. So, and now Nikki is going to be teaching Anishinaabe, which is good. As long as I'm alive, I'll help her as much as I can. She knows quite a bit now. She has extended her vocabulary. So that is one of the stories that would be told in let's say a lodge. I wouldn't say Medewan Lodge, but just a Anishinaabe lodge, Anishinaabe way of life. Anishinaabe Atazawin, Anishinaabe culture. Gidewetana Manda Anishinaabe. They believe this kind of stuff, the old Anishinaabe people. Mimandaga Kenemoat, this is what they knew. Mimandaga Shwamdamot Madzawin, this is how they looked at life. Come in, go, you will be given something. Gagego, tapnaga this, no, nothing is taken. Kin, katabanach tungego, you can ruin things. Kin abdek wewe na kwimose Anishinaabe mikan. You have to walk the Anishinaabe road properly. Kinewego kanagadoen dum. Madzian. You take care of everything and you have good thoughts about everything as long as you're alive. That's the kind of words they would use back in the day. Nunga, we don't say those words. Gawi could see. Zam Gawi Anishinaabe because they don't speak Anishinaabe anymore. Kenaga the Jaganashim, we all speak English. Me dish and then mean wing. That's who we think we are. Kai we without Sima Jaganash. We are not Jaganash. We are Anishinaabe people. Me wing. That's who we are. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I accept this Oscar.
Good Lord.
Thank you. I
I was
thank.
just gonna say.
I like to say thank you to all the people that voted for me. And just kidding. My microphone.
Well, so I would like to say miigwech to both of you for sharing all of your knowledge. Well, now Bungie, a little bit of your knowledge that and the time frame that we have each week for the last little bit, and the other people who are joining us too, like Nikki and Kathy and everybody who's a part of this language class. It's really awesome to have everybody involved and to be a part of this. And yeah, like Randy said, I would love to be able to come up to Wikwemkong after COVID is at bay. I guess I could say, I don't know. And I think it would be awesome to be immersed in the language and hear more stories and share more stories. I know for me personally, over the last 6 months, being able to sit and listen and talk and laugh, it really lifts my spirit each week. And it's one of the two things that I look forward to every week is to be able to sit and listen and talk and laugh with everybody. And yeah, I don't know, just thank you guys a lot.
So did we learn something? I was trying to teach and Randy kept going on and on and on.
Oh, you kept going on too. We did. I honestly, I learned so much every week, and I've me personally, I feel like I'm picking it up quicker than not than I was before, but I'm conjugating and like listening and trying to translate.
Well,
You guys are talking.
I see your writings. I see Caitlin's writing, and I see some more people writing from New Credit in Anishinaabe, which is getting. It's got to get better. Can't get worse. 'Cause you had nothing before. Now you guys got a little bit of Anishinaabe,
Yeah.
and it's just constant doing it. In my part, anyways, at school and around your community. And I'm glad Randy is here with us, and he's doing a great job in explaining a lot of things in the Anishinaabe way and his way of life. You know, we're all going to starve down here. Randy's going to be up north eating fish. Fish was the number one meal for the Anishinaabe. Yigo, number one eating. Yeah.
So we got 10 minutes left. Does
Okay.
anybody have any questions or maybe want something translated? Anybody? Anybody at all?
Go na quick them. Do you want to ask something? Coach Mishnang, ask us. Go kwet tagum. We will try to answer you. Eshikin among how we know it. Gawin gagi nishkisime. We were not going to lie to you. We'll tell you. Okay, there's two on chat. What they say?
Is there a place where the recordings are posted? This is my first time here. Yeah, so each week after we're done recording, we post them onto our MNCFN YouTube page. So you can go back right to September actually for all of our YouTube recordings.
That's how I found this group this week, is I came across a YouTube video and then I followed it to the main web page and then followed it to here.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Geek Chinendum, I'm happy. Yain Monpi that you're here. Geek Chinendum, Yain Monpi.
Ditto, what he said.
Ditto. Opinion. Ditto. Vis nasap. Nasap. Say nasap.
Oh, someone said, how do we say good night?
Good night?
Yeah.
We don't. We don't say good night. We say Minagwaman. Minagwaman means have a good sleep. Or we would say Minuboch again. And we would say Kawab Minigishep, I'll see you in the morning. Kawab Minigishep. We don't have a word for good night. Literally we do, we would say Mino the Big Cook, which is a good night, you know. Mino the big cook, it's a good night outside. But we don't say it as to say someone good night. Even good morning, we just started, that's just new. We would never say Minogishe. We would say Minogishe Bawan, which is the current time. I show I work right now. Minogishe Bawan. Like if I look outside, I would say Mino Nakshamagat. It's a good evening. It's a good Mino the big Kamagat. It's a good night. Because it's not storming, it's not raining, it's no nothing. It's nice and calm, peaceful. Yeah, that's how we would talk back in the day. We never say good night. You should say, Mino Guoman, have a good sleep. Min Guoman, have good dreams. Kawab Min Gishep, I'll see you in the morning.
Mala, if
What?
I'm practicing to write the date, what moon is January?
Minido, January, Minido, the big Jesus.
Minido.
Yeah, Minido. Spirit, night, sun. The big Jesus. That's the word. We say Jesus, but I don't like saying Jesus because Jesus is the sun. The big Jesus is the night sun, which is the moon. The big Jesus. Because it all my when I do my dates, I'm going to just write it here. Minido, the big Jesus, spirit night sun. Spirit night sun, which is AKA moon.
And today is
Today's date is Metaswe Ashe Swe 13th.
what?
And
So Wednesday is Swagishigat.
Swegishgak Swe Neswe Gishagak or Gishagat third day or Wednesday. Because we went away from the church. Today would be Joseph Gishagak. I think today would be Joseph's day, according to the Bible. We went away from that because we didn't want to follow the Bible anymore. We wanted to use the number system.
Tuesday is Zozep Kishga.
Tuesday?
Wednesday is Spindagon.
Spinagon.
Yeah.
Spinagon Gishagak. Yeah. Spinagon Gishagak. Well, shit, we know that's when you do the ashes on the forehead. Spinagon. No, Spinagon. Okay. Spinagon. Ooh, okay. I was an altar boy when I was a little boy. Oh my bologna sandwich. Okay, this is the year. Meda swak nijing ashe nishtana ashe bejik. That's the date. And what you are saying here is Meda swak is 1,000. Nijing is times 2 plus Ashe Nishtana 20 plus Ashe Beshik. 1,000 times 2 plus 20 plus 1, which adds up to 2021. Or you can.
Mala.
Wow.
Mala
Yes.
and Randy, actually, this is for both of you. There's another question. It says, what's the difference between Gichisabe and Begoji Nini? So I think they're saying, like, what's the difference between like Sasquatch and wild man?
Sabe is a male, a big male. Bugje is wild man. Yeah. Sabe, Abe is a man, like a male. Like sometimes people say Anishinaabemowin, the good man. Anishinaabemowin. Sabe is the big male. To me, as I understand it, anyways. And Bugje is just a wild man. Because we used to play with the Bugje Ninisak, which means the little men. When we were kids, we used to play with them back in the day. We just ended up playing with them. They would just come around when we were playing with
people.
What is known today as Payansak?
Like, sorry. You just come in on the green screen.
Payansak? What did you say?
Yeah.
He looks like he's about to give a presentation.
He is. He's got another Zoom class after this. Yeah,
What are
I got,
pine
I got to get ready.
yeah.
What are
Yeah.
What's that? Wash cash doesn't bite you.
I'm doing another presentation, 1 hour presentation, so I got to get my tools ready.
Najabi. Yeah, Naja. That's a Najabi again. A violin. A violin.
So I got to get ready.
Okay. 1 minute. Miigwech kitanim. I say thank you to everyone. Again, Miigwech and Kana Randy Shike. Randy, why don't you tell these people what Shike really means? It doesn't mean turtle. Shike. Shige.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should I pause the recording?
the one
That
that
still recording?
the one that burrows a hole to sleep. Remember you told me the story?
Yeah. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Keep going.
I just want to know if you listened.
Oh, I did. I tell this story all the time. But my age, I get that. What do you call that? Dumb, ain't you? Just kidding. You're shouting. A turtle can stretch his neck.
Oh my god, I'm
A
pausing.
turtle walks on earth. A kick.
Yeah.
A kick.
She-
A kick.
Okay.
What she can a king Mije win bat bebun. Pampi Mino commit to Bazagia. He'll come up again in the spring when the ground is
Yeah.
soft. Same with a frog, Mukki, amongst the earth. That's what he does. He sleeps amongst the earth in the wintertime. That's why we call him Mukki. It doesn't mean frog. We don't have a word for frog. We'll describe him because all the animals are descriptive. They have a job. Naha. Miigwech, we're on overtime. Jai doesn't pay overtime.
Miigwech?
Maybe in bologna sandwiches.
And pork chops.
And pork chops. No, wait, time out.
Pork chop is waiting material. It's material.
So no pork chops, just bologna sandwiches.
Just bologna sandwiches.
Now,
Naha.
No.
Miigwech, pamapi minua. Everybody say
Mama.
pamapi.
Mama P,
Mama P.
Mama P.
Later on, miigwech. How do we get out of here, Jai?
What? Oh.
I'm gonna go let Eve.